and gentlemen, we have made it to the 2021 touchdown of your Kingston, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington United Way campaign. The United Way has been an important part of the community for almost 80 years, helping over 53,000 local individuals, children, and families last year alone. I extend a sincere thank you to the hundreds of dedicated volunteers who are championing the cause by literally and virtually engaging the community, which stepped up in a new and creative way, and to our campaign cabinet and Darren Dougal, the 2021 campaign chair, for his leadership. We miss being together in person, but we are united by local love. Stay safe, stay strong, Kingston. Here ends this proclamation.
United Way of KFL&A would like to acknowledge this traditional territory's longer existence and its significance for the Indigenous people who lived and continue to live on Turtle Island. We're situated on traditional Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee land. They are Métis and other non-status First People from many Indigenous nations present in our community today. This acknowledgement symbolizes the United Way KFL&A's first step of many along this path towards Indigenous reconciliation in a respectful manner. Good morning. My name is Pat Murphy. I am happy to be the MC for this touchdown breakfast this morning. I know we're virtual again. We're getting so much closer to being in person and being together, eating some bacon and eggs and having a great time. I was really hoping to have some people in the room to enjoy ourselves and to have a lot of fun. Looking forward to having Darren Dougal announce this year's touchdown number. Darren, you're looking good today. It's great to see you. How are you feeling about today? You feeling good? Darren, you're on mute. Darren, can you hear me? You're up. Just a second. Live and in person, our campaign chair, Darren Dougal. So great to have you. How are you doing?
So great to be dragged in here, Pat.
I'm glad you came here to Secure World headquarters. It's fun.
Well, thank you for hosting us today, Pat. I appreciate the breakfast and eggs that you didn't serve me today.
Well, I did give you some water. That's all you deserved. I know Pavna's a little nervous about having us together, but that's okay. She has nothing to be nervous about. I'm live and Darren will be on a 15-second delay. So that's the best part.
Every staff at the United Way has their finger on the mute button right now every time I speak.
So November 25th, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving was a couple weeks ago there, Pat.
American Thanksgiving, Darren.
Football fan, are you?
Oh,
surprised we got you here today.
And 1 month to go for Christmas. Christmas Day is 1 month from now. Any stories about Christmas, Darren?
Yeah, I'm almost ready to start shopping and got my first gift delivered, which my partner opened up and spoiled the surprise. So she got a gift early and now I got to start over.
I love that. So that's fantastic. Great story. So Darren's done his Christmas shopping, but then he has to start it again.
Start over.
I love it. We're going to introduce some of our dignitaries this morning to say a few words. We'd like to start out right now with our MP, Mark Garretson, MP for Kingston and the Islands. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, gentlemen, and thanks a lot for having me today. And I'm looking forward to another successful end of the campaign for the United Way. I just want to say that I'm extremely proud to be in a community and represent a community that has such an active United Way. You know, there probably aren't a lot of people on this Zoom call that would remember that the United Way in Kingston was on the brink of collapse until Pavna came along. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, Pavna, but it's true. And through her leadership, we've seen the United Way in Kingston completely turn around. But it wasn't that long ago, Pavna. I'm sure it was only a couple of years ago. I think I embarrassed her so much that she turned her camera off. But genuinely, through her leadership and the leadership of the various different chairs and board members and Darren, your success in this last year, we've been able to help so many people right in our community. And quite frankly, some of the most vulnerable people that are in our communities. Through the 60 or so agencies that work with the United Way, we're able to provide some real key services. And the reality of this situation is, and I've said this before at similar events, is that no level of government, whether it's the federal government or the provincial or the municipal government, could genuinely provide that human contact and that service that the United Way is able to provide. So I'm not going to take up any more time, but I just want to say, Darren, to you and your team, and Pavna, to you and your team on the administrative side, you guys have just been exceptional champions in our community over the years. And I'm so incredibly proud to be part of a community with such a strong United Way, and best of luck in future years, because I know that this year will be a huge success, even though I tried to get the info out of Pavna a few minutes ago and she refused to tell me. But thank you very much, Pat.
That's great.
Thanks,
Thanks, Mark. It's true. United Way had some struggles way back, probably over 20 years ago, and we've had an amazing streak. I know that this year has been a little bit of a challenge, just with, again, the times with COVID, also having Darren as chair. That's a challenge as well. And I know Pavna knows that. But Darren, the streak is about 20 years. How do you feel about the streak?
Well, people before me have done amazingly well. Last year, Angie McNeely, chief of police here in Kingston, and before that, Scott Harris. I mean, they've been some great leadership, but they've also had the staff and the volunteers and our community behind them, Pat. And I'm hoping that that's what lends to the success of this year. I'm confident. I've been confident from day one. You can't shake me today. We'll do what we do as Kingstonians, as KFL&A community members. We will do what we do. And if we don't make the campaign this year, then we'll just keep working on it.
And I guess with Angie being the campaign chair last year, it sounds like maybe there was some community service that you had to do, and that's why she handpicked you.
Yeah, apparently that was part of the judicial order that came down. Yes. Thanks, Pat, for sharing that information.
Well, I didn't want to share it in front of everybody.
Too late.
It's just the two of us today. At this time, I'd like to have Ian Arthur, MPP for Kingston and the Islands. Good morning, Ian.
Morning, Ian.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. It's fabulous to be part of this virtually again. And I can't wait until, Pavna was just saying earlier, that hopefully next year we're back in person, maybe in March with a hybrid model. That would be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to echo what Mark said and say thank you to all the hard work that went on behind the scenes to make this happen. The pandemic has been so incredibly hard on so many people, and those who are most vulnerable, but also those of us who are a little more secure. It has had so many challenges, and to see the team at the United Way adapt and change and step up to the plate during that time is frankly inspirational. And Pat, you called it a streak, but at 20 years, I think it's closer to an institution at this point. It's really just such a cornerstone of this community, and we wouldn't be the same without all the hard work. So Pavna and all of the staff, just thank you for doing what you do in the most trying of times. It is just phenomenal to see that hard work, and it has to inspire everyone else in the room who gets to interact with your organization. So keep up the good work. I can't wait to see the numbers as well. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Ian.
Yeah, thanks, Ian.
Great to see you again there this morning. I love having the participation and the words of encouragement from you guys, and we really appreciate it. At this time, we'd like to have His Worship, our worship, Mayor Brian Patterson. Morning, Brian.
Morning, Brian.
Good morning. Good morning, Pat and Darren. It's great to see you. Great to see everybody on the screen here this morning. Just such a pleasure. Always an exciting moment for us to be able to hear the results of the campaign. And certainly I would echo the comments from Mark and Ian. It's a great thing about being the third speaker, right? You basically just say everything that you just heard from my counterparts at upper levels of government. I absolutely agree with as well. And I mean, I think that, Ian, you said it well. This has been a really challenging couple of years for our community. The need has never been greater. And there are all kinds of reasons why this campaign, wouldn't be successful. It would have been so easy to find ways and reasons where, we couldn't do the effort, we couldn't do the fundraising, we couldn't do all of that great work. But of course, this team and our community as a whole, we just step up. That's what we do. That's what all of you do each and every day, and no matter what comes. And so I'm just super proud. And on behalf of the city of Kingston, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the volunteers. I know there's hundreds of people in all the workplace campaigns, and Pavna and her team, and staff, and the board, everybody that's all pulling together in the same direction for the right reasons. And then I also just want to say a big thank you to all the agencies. They're going to take the dollars that have been raised, and they're going to put those dollars to great work. And we're going to touch lives. We're going to help people that are in need. And that's what community is all about. Honestly, this is where we demonstrate the strength that we have as a community. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody for just illustrating just the amazing things we can do when we all work together. It's just great to see. So thanks again, and looking forward to hearing more from Darren later on.
Sounds great. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
From L&A County, the Warden Rick Brzee. Morning, Rick.
Morning, Rick.
Morning. Thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to be here today to see this number that Mark couldn't wiggle out of Pavna. And again, like Brian said, being fourth up, I can only echo what's been said before. So ditto, thanks, bye. But this last year and a half has really shown the value of community. Whether that's going over to your next door neighbor and helping them with groceries when they couldn't get out, but during the lockdowns, etc. That's whether that's just shopping locally, having some kindness while you're out. Right? It's been really important, and I really believe that the United Way, the campaign, the efforts, and all of the community agencies exemplify that sense of community, that sense of volunteer, right? That just makes the entire region, not just Kingston, folks, it makes the entire region an amazing place to live. And so with the leadership of Pavna, her entire team, I've had the opportunity to work with many of them. This is a really impressive feat, and excited to see what that number is. So on behalf of the folks of Lennox and Addington County, thank you for all you're doing. Thanks for having me here today.
Thanks so much, Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
Appreciate all those words of encouragement. And with the United Way, it's funny, in all aspects of work and life, I've been talking a lot lately about people and how important people are. And right from the United Way, Pavna, the team, the processes, everybody behind the scenes, the workplace campaigns, the leadership gifts, the generosity of so many people. And during COVID, how many people had to reach in and help us a little bit more when others couldn't.
Yeah.
So it's been unbelievable.
And you're right, Rick. I mean, it's all about community. That's what it is. We look after each other, like Brian said, like Mark and Ian both talked about. It's caring for each other. It's our local love, right?
And that points us to a couple here. So we had a couple that generously donated anonymously a leadership challenge gift to help get people fired up and get people to give. And it worked very well. And we've chatted with them a little bit, and they're okay with us saying their name now, which they are and they aren't probably. I know they're quite shy, but they've been a huge part of our United Way for many, many years. They're always, they're silent leaders. They're out front. They're right there leading the charge quietly. And their silent leadership really, really echoes in our community. And I want to thank publicly Jim and Julie Parker. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all that you do behind the scenes, especially for the retirees, but it goes right through our whole United Way and our whole community. Jim, Julie, thanks so much. Great to see you today.
Yes, thank you both.
Thank you for the kind words, and good luck with the target.
He's going to need it, Jim.
Quit making me nervous, Jim. You've been such a strong leader, and your leadership has been so amazing. Don't shake me now. Thank you to both of you. That's great. And Pat, some friends of mine, Ray DiRinaldo and Paul DiRinaldo from RDR Wealth Management, they stepped up during the COVID crisis and made an incredible gift to help support our community through the pandemic and to make sure that we had the funds that we needed on the ground at the time that we needed them to get those out the door and get them into the hands of the community. And Ray and Paul, your leadership and your sponsorship and your commitment to your community is fantastic. And I just wanted to acknowledge that today as well. And again, on the leadership front, Jessica Bain Hogan, you have been an incredible supporter. Your leadership around the board table at the United Way, your financial contributions. Jessica, for those that don't know, stepped up for the challenge grant for the Women United. And what that meant was when women joined at the leadership level this year, they were able to triple their impact of their donation. Jim and Julie matched the donation, and then Jessica matched it as well. So for those women leaders and that made that contribution, your impact was tripled because of folks like Jim, Julie, and Jessica. So Jessica, thank you so much. And the work that you've done with your colleagues on the Women United have really brought together the power and the passion of the women in our community to do some great things and to understand all the dynamics in our community, the things that need to be really thoroughly examined and understood so that they can take their leadership out into the community to support the people that need it the most in our community. So thank you for your incredible financial support, but also thank you for your leadership around the Women United movement.
There's a reaction button on Zoom, and if you want to hit it at any time, and a little heart or a celebration or a smiley face, light it up. We'd like to see that. All these great people in our community, and again, they certainly help us each and every day to keep things moving forward. And especially, again, we talk a lot about September, October, November. We've got boots on the ground, and we're trying to make sure that we raise a lot of money. But the United Way goes 12 months a year.
Absolutely, Pat. And the money is the focus of the campaign, but it's not about raising money. It's about making sure that people in our community are supported. It's about making sure those agencies that are out there throughout the pandemic, day in, day out, weekends, evenings, while we're sleeping, they're working. And they're doing that work. And it's about that work that we're doing for the people in our community that need us the most. So the money is great. The money's necessary. But it's not about the money. It's about those 79,000 people that get supported through the services that we make sure are there for them. So
there's many services that need our support, especially at this time. Mental health is a huge focus right now. And with us today is Carol Ravnus, Executive Director, Clinical Services with Addictions and Mental Health Services. And she's here with Morgan. We'd like to welcome Carol and Morgan.
Welcome, Morgan. Welcome, Carol.
Good to see you today.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Darren. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be the voice of thanks on behalf of the programs and agencies who benefit from the United Way. It is truly an honor and a bit daunting to talk about the differences that these funds make and to convey the gratitude that we as agencies feel when we ask for help. In 2021, like Mayor Patterson said, there's never been a greater call or a greater need for the United Way and to be a community united by local love. All agencies are seeing unprecedented need driven by the pandemic, the cost of living, the strange and sometimes very unsettling times that we find ourselves in. And thanks to countless generous hearts on this call today and many who aren't on this call today, but gave nonetheless from their heart, the United Way has been there to help. I have a very special guest with me here today, Morgan. Morgan was a client of Addictions Mental Health and was seen by our youth case manager. This position provides support to individuals between the ages of 16 and 24 who have mental health concerns, but also are at risk of being homeless or are actually homeless. And we work with individuals like Morgan for as long as needed, and then we transfer them to adult services if they require that at the age of 24. The important part is what Morgan's going to share, but also that this position is funded entirely by the United Way. So I'll turn it over to Morgan to share a bit of her story.
Hi, everyone.
Morning, Morgan.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Morgan, and I'm delighted to be here speaking at the United Way Touchdown event today. I wanted to share my personal journey of struggle as a strength with you. I've been a client of Addiction and Mental Health Services, KFL&A, Youth Case Management Program for some time now. I want everyone in the audience to hear how the support of the United Way has changed everything in my life for the positive. I struggled with substance use for 2 years, and I've been in conflict with the law for longer. I'm currently 7 months sober and have successfully completed probation for the first time since 2018. I've achieved my recovery goals through the assistance of Youth Case Management Program. I've completed cognitive and dialectical behavioral therapy informed programming to address symptom management. I've also completed an understanding addiction psychoeducational group to help maintain abstinence. I've been referred to various internal and external community supports, including psychiatry, addiction, financial, educational, and counseling. I'm currently enrolled in school and have 2 credits left to obtain my diploma. I recently completed a youth job connection program and I'm seeking employment opportunities. But most importantly, I've been able to increase contact with my son, Caden, on a consistent basis due to my positive changes. At one point in my life, I felt defeated. However, I began taking small steps and it became better. I feel like I'm a contributing member of society and did not believe this would be possible. My personal message to anyone experiencing mental health or addiction is to seek out support, be present, and put in the work needed to meet individual goals. I clearly understand now that all these good changes has happened because I knew I had to show up for myself and invest in my future by working really, really hard. My future goals include finishing my final few credits of high school, applying to college, and providing a safe and stable home for my son. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. A mantra that I use often is, I'm a captain of my fate and the master of my soul. I'm really honored to be here and thank you for inviting me. Lastly, I wanted to share a message of encouragement. Your work changes lives and it changed mine. Thank you.
Morgan,
Thank you, Morgan.
And thank you, Morgan.
thank you so much. Actually, we're honored that you were here today to share your story with us. That is so impactful and that takes a lot of courage. And on a day of celebration, that's a celebration. That's a success. And congratulations. You're doing an amazing job.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the 7 months too, Morgan. That's fantastic.
Love
and
it.
Good for you. Look what you've done, right? Look where you are. Look where you're going.
Thank you.
I'm done here. I don't even need to stick around. That's all I needed to hear right there. I don't care about the number anymore. I care that I just heard about Morgan and good on you. Good on you, lady.
Congratulations.
Yeah. How great are the steps that Morgan has taken, and as stated, her courage to come here today and tell you about it. Thank you, Morgan. And know that we're all with you in spirit and support of your continuing pathway to realize your goals. Great job.
Thank you.
So
Awesome.
I just wanted to say to folks just a couple more things. That's your donation in action. Thank you, each of you, for choosing to help your fellow citizen with financial support, volunteer work, practical things like food and lunch boxes and soup kitchens and feminine products and donations we all need, like warm boots. You've helped with life-altering assistance and supported people like Morgan and helped a young person to build self-esteem, helped with tutoring of students to succeed in school, supported seniors and people who live with physical and mental health needs. The needs are great and the response from this community, as we've heard already this morning, is great too. And our United Way is there to help us. I just wanted to say that rest assured that the United Way is always thinking outside the box. They're always coming up with new ideas and ways to help and to stretch the resources that they've been entrusted with, and in their effort to build a better KFL&A for all. I just wanted to take just a minute to thank, along with our wonderful donors, like Sean Quigley did at the kickoff, I really do wish to thank Pavna and her team. When I looked on their website, I counted 14 staff. That's amazing. And I don't even know that they're all full-time equivalents. And a 2% of men to make this happen. I just personally, on behalf of agencies and all of us, want to thank the staff who are always there to and state, what do you need? How can we help? And that we can do that. And I can tell you personally heard those words and when I've reached out for help, and it makes such a difference. And equally appreciated are the many volunteers, the board, the campaign cabinet, the leaders, the affinity groups, the many individual volunteers. This is the backbone that enables the United Way to do the great work it does. Thank you. I end with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Quote, "Somewhere along the way, we must all learn that there's nothing greater to do than to do something for others." End of quote. Nothing greater to do than to do something for others. Thank you, donors. Thank you, agencies. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, the United Way, for all you do for the others in our KFL&A community and building a community of local love. Thanks.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks,
And
Carol.
Morgan, thanks again. Great to see you both this morning. It just amazing story.
You know, those are the stories. Those are the people. Those are the people that are so important, Pat, to the work that the agencies do for the United Way and the work that we support. I mean, like I said, hearing Morgan's story, hearing the successes that she has achieved with the support of an agency, but she did it. And that's the backbone of our community. It is all about resilience. It's all about coming back from where we're at and where we're going.
Last year, we couldn't really have a lot of events in the workplaces. And as you as campaign chair this year, you got to attend lots of different things. I know we had a community barbecue, and you want to speak on some of the events?
Oh, it's been incredible. I mean, I've put on probably 20 pounds. It's great.
That's the camera, Darren.
Oh, yeah. The camera does make me look a little bit bigger. That's right. And a little bit older than Pat too, which I'm trying to figure out why that's happening. Because if he went to kindergarten in 74, I wasn't even born then. Yeah, but those events, I mean, the events are so important for building momentum, for bringing people together, for a common cause, for that, that local love and coming out here to Secura. It was great to see the people all socially distanced, masked, but kind of on the edge of that. Hey, this is a new event. It's a live event. We've been sort of buckled down for 20 months. And it was great to come here. McDougall Insurance, it was fantastic to join them in their appreciation and their launch at their barbecue as well. And I'm starting to see a theme here, barbecue, which is right down my alley. I know some of the folks at some of the larger facilities as well. They did some events, and it's all about building that momentum, getting the word out about the work that the United Way does, talking about the kinds of impacts that we have, like Morgan, in the community, and how important it is for us to do this work. It's Empire Life. Oh, they are such a fantastic, energizing place to work. When I see in the past, when I would go to some of their events in the back parking lot, the energy and enthusiasm amongst their staff and Kingston Community Credit Union. I mean, 100% participation for how many years? 40 years, 42 years?
That's a streak.
100% participation. They give what they can. Every staff member in that organization gives what they can. Tons of examples of that, Pat. And the calls that I made in my role as campaign chair, I love it. Picking up the phone. Thank you for your donation. I can't believe you donated at this level. I can't believe you've been donating for 30 years, 35 years, some of those calls. So it was a rush.
That's great. And again, some big organizations and some small organizations. Again, you've heard us say many, many times, every dollar counts. It's great to have so much love in our community to give back, especially at this time of year when we're trying to get things increased and help so many other people for the entire year. And that's what's key.
Yeah. And I'm excited. Again, I know what our community can do. So
I know last year the video of workplaces was a little small, and I'm looking forward to it being a lot longer this year. So I think they're going to show the video now. So many workplaces, Darren.
Sure, I was there. Look at the smiles, Pat. Look at those smiles.
Queens.
Wow.
They're amazing.
Staff and students.
Very important at this time of year. Wow, thank you so much. Wow, again, so great to see the smiles, the faces, all the events. So important for our community. I know that was a success before of having our little breakout groups so we could mingle and chat a little bit because we missed that at the breakfast, which will be good. So we're going to do that in a minute. But I know Darren has been dying to be in a 80s band. And I thought that maybe I could give him a few things to kind of help him, to sort of Milli Vanilli-ish. I don't know if you can sing or not. You don't need to sing.
Oh, I can lip sync to the best.
Well, let's get you a leather tailcoat. Like you got to get this on.
Oh, extra small.
Oh, how great is this? You're gonna look great. You can rip it too, Darren, if you want to. Oh, Darren, how great do you look? Wow.
Oh, shrunk. Darn leather. You must have left that out in the rain.
Well, and you have to have the glasses to go with the outfit. Why wouldn't you?
Did you say this was being recorded?
It's not being recorded, but you know what? Every rock star has to have great hair, Darren. So
hey, wait a minute. I'm back in high school. I resemble that.
Oh, you look great.
Oh, I look.
I hope you don't go into any breakout groups.
You know, Pat, for once in my life, I think I'm speechless. I can't believe you got away with this.
You look great.
I think Quigley actually in the opening breakfast actually suggested that he would pay money to hear me sing at the touchdown breakfast. And I said, if I start singing, I guarantee you I can raise more money to get people to get me to stop singing. So at least I got the look. No. I got the look.
You look great. Let's go to the breakout rooms and we'll stick around so we can hear Darren announce the touchdown numbers.
My bangs are back. I haven't seen them in years. Nicely done. I look like
Can see us and hear us again?
Yeah.
Good.
Is everybody back?
Where's the wig?
Well, Darren had a shower because he hadn't had one yet. Cleaned himself up.
Actually, I put that outfit in the trunk of the car where I'm putting Pat very shortly after the touchdown. That was, for those that weren't in the group, that was not planned. Pat actually sprung that on me. So
I would never do that.
I will be getting even with Pat. Trust me.
Well, you know what the best part is? Everybody came back and we're still at about 200,000 viewers, Darren. I can't believe it, actually. They want to know what's happening, what's going on. I've worked with some absolutely incredible, amazing people through the United Way. I can't believe the people I've met. And then I met Darren.
Sorry.
And it's been so much fun having him as our campaign chair. It's been great to be here with him today. Co-hosting, it's been amazing. Most of what we did, actually all of what we did, wasn't scripted. I just want to say a few words about Darren. He's a leader. He's passionate. He's funny. He's serious. He's real. He can be scary at times, but he's a big old teddy bear. And it's great to have him in our court with the United Way. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody here this morning, our campaign chair, Darren Dougal.
Wow. Thanks, Pat. Oh, it was great how everybody put down their knives and forks for that ovation. Now, you know, it's been an incredible, tumultuous 3 months. You know, when Angie first reached out to me at the beginning, I have to admit I came in with trepidation, not because I don't heart and soul believe in the United Way, but I wasn't sure that I was the right person. And, you know, I wanted this campaign to be successful. And, you know, I spent the last 3 months reaching out to friends, reaching out to colleagues, and I'm so proud of the people that stepped up. A few that I really want to acknowledge that, you know, it's asking people for money is not my strong suit. I can tell you, I support the United Way wholeheartedly, financially, as well as in my work, but asking people for money is not my forte. But I had to reach out. I didn't have to. I wanted to. I reached out to some friends and some colleagues. some local lawyers, Liz Foxton, John Scorapata, Carla McGrath, Ashley Black, and for the first time, the lawyers ran a challenge in this community. They give incredible amounts of money, but they do it very quietly. They have their various charities of choice, and they chose the United Way to support this year. So that was exciting. Meeting with the judge and talking a little bit about the United Way so that the judiciary understood the work that's so critical to what gets done in the courtroom. So that was fun. Other friends of mine that I had to reach out to over the past 3 months, I'm not going to name you because it will embarrass you and open it up to remind me to collect your checks in case they bounced. But thank you. Thank you so much to everybody. The last 3 months has been a whirlwind. It's been up and down. The pandemic's been around us. That's not going to change. There was some concern last year when the pandemic was first here. This year, when we set the goal, it was an unknown. Saying that we're going to raise $3.6 million is, that's a crapshoot when you're in an environment that you simply don't know. But from the very beginning, and for those of you that were at the kickoff, I've been confident. I continue to be confident. I know our community. I know the L&A community. I know Napanee. I know Selby. I know South Frontenac. I know North Frontenac. These are communities that I've worked in, that I've lived in for most of my life. And I know the kinds of power of the people. And I know the way that people are committed to each other in this community. When you look at some of the crises that we've encountered over the last few months, we've stepped up to the plate. We've done things that were uncomfortable. We've opened up our wallets when we were unsure of our own financial outlook. Nobody knows for sure whether you're going to have a job next week or next month. That trepidation is there. And we've stepped up for this campaign. We've stepped up for other needs in our community. I continue to look around when you are walking through Kingston or Napanee, and you see some of the clear discomfort that people are in our community. And yet we continue to step up. We create warming centers. Now we're talking about sheltered sleeping quarters. And we've created spaces that, yes, are uncomfortable, but they're necessary for our people. We continue as a community to step up, and it makes me so proud to be a member of the United Way for sure, but a member of KFL&A. And you hear Morgan's story. And I mean, Morgan, you are the kind of person that the United Way represents. You are a strength. You are an asset to this community. And you were going through a rough go. And we made sure that the right pieces were in place for you to step up and do what we knew you could do, and get over those difficulties and those challenges and demonstrate what we all know is there, the value that you bring to being a part of our community. And that's what the United Way does. It's local love. We don't send our money away. We pass our money forward to the people in our community. We don't give a hand out, although we do sometimes, but it's always about a hand up. When we're giving a hand out, we're giving a hand up as well. The thousands and thousands of people that have been fed by Lionhearts, that have been fed by other food programs in our community. I mean, this is KFL&A, and we've got people that didn't have enough in their pocket to have dinner. And we made sure that was provided. I mean, Lionheart, since its inception, over 250,000 meals were served, 250,000 meals. Every time I see that number, and it's probably higher now, from a grassroots organization, from some folks that just sat around and went, you know what, people need to have full bellies. If we're going to build their resilience, and we're going to create opportunities for them to demonstrate their value, we need to make sure that they're fed. So they stepped up and they did it. And the United Way said, you know what, that's worth putting our money behind. And, mental health, Pat talked earlier about the mental health crisis. Tragically, 7 people in our community have died from COVID, 2 recently. And that's absolutely horrible. And my condolences go out to their families and their friends. And that's a devastating number. And yet 42 people have died from opioid overdoses in KFL&A over the last year. 42 of our children, our parents, our sisters and brothers. And that's mental health. People call it addictions, but people don't choose to die from an opioid overdose. And we step up, we step forward. The United Way says, you know what? We need something to support our folks. And when you look at the work of the Integrated Hub, for example, on Montreal Street, lots of people feel it's an uncomfortable space. but the number of people that Ashley and her staff over there have brought back to life to create the opportunity for us to see their full value as our members of the community, as our family, as our friends, as our neighbors. That's the work of the United Way. That's what you folks have done in raising the money that we've raised this year, and hopefully have hit our target, because that target isn't a number. The 3.614 is not a number. It's what we need, the bare minimum of what we need in our community to support the people that we care about, the people that are valuable, the people that mean so much to their family, friends, and should mean that much to us. You know, over the last 3 months, I've seen that in action. You know, I've participated in places. I've reached out to businesses that have never had a campaign. L&A Mutual Insurance in Napanee. They've never had a United Way campaign. Mike Salmon said, you know what? That's a great idea. We do lots of philanthropy in the community, but the United Way is another way to do some great work. You know, we saw McDougall Insurance, who does some great stuff down in the Quinte area, that have come to Kingston, and they've made their footprint. There's a new business in Kingston around emergency solutions to crises. They're new to Kingston. And they said United Way is something we want to get behind. That's DKI. I've gone to these businesses. I've stood on their floors. I've met with their senior leadership, but most importantly, I've met with their staff, because it's the staff that are opening up their wallets, their paychecks, that are making that commitment. I mean, the companies are too, but the staff are too. Alliance Wireless, good friend of mine, Brad French, you know, stepped up to the plate. First thing he did was buy a banner, said, I want people to know my company supports the United Way. And then he made his own commitment to the United Way as well. I mean, that's our community looking after each other. And that's what's made me so proud and so honored and honestly so humbled to stand before you as the chairman of the campaign this year, and to either take it on the chin if we didn't hit our goal, and that's okay, because I know we can keep working on it. We'll still get there. Or to be able to be successful and say, I did it, Pat, even though you thought I wouldn't, I did. So there, you know, before we unravel this number, I just want to say, first of all, the staff at the United Way, Pavna, your leadership, all of your staff are incredible. They're small but mighty in numbers. The volunteers that are countless. I don't even know how you can keep track of the volunteer hours, the volunteer support that the United Way gets. The employers that loan us staff, it's such an incredible commitment for a company to say, you know what, we have a strong staff member that we think can add value to your campaign, so we'll loan you our staff member for 3 or 4 months, 13 weeks, and to give us their expertise. And in turn, I've known people that have been in that role, and it is a life-altering event. When they see the work of the United Way, they see the work of the agencies, that's incredible. The donors, people that have found room in their assets, in their cash, in their paychecks, sometimes in their retirement funds, to give to the United Way. You're incredible. You're absolutely incredible. Know that your money is well managed. It makes a difference. You heard Morgan. That's the difference that you make. So to everybody, I just want to say thank you. To those that ask their colleagues and friends at work, I know how hard it is to ask for money, but your workplace campaign is incredibly important. And lastly, to the leaders, to people that find the room in their life to donate that expensive cup of coffee 1 day a week, to manage to give over $1,200 a year to the United Way. That leadership is matched by Jim and Julie. It's matched, if you're a woman, by Jessica. It makes such a difference in our community. And I just want to say, no matter how the numbers turn out, I've been optimistic from the beginning, Pat.
Largest goal ever.
Largest goal ever. I've been optimistic since the beginning. I know our communities. I'm not scared. I'm proud to be in front of whatever this number is. And in advance of the number, I'm just going to say to everybody, get ready, because I think we're going to announce it shortly. I think you have a reaction button, since we can't hear you yell and scream and hoot and holler or cry or chase after me out the door if I book it out because I've failed. Hit those emotion buttons when you see stuff. React the way you want to. I think at some point they're going to take us off mute and we'll continue. But, you know, no matter what we did this year, I want to say to everybody, thank you so, so much. It's been an honor and a privilege to be able to lead this campaign this year, and all the best.
Let's see the numbers.
Uh-oh. The survey says. Wow. 2,803,000
Are you kidding me?
Wow. Amazing. It's amazing.
That's incredible.
Great
work, Darren.
We did
Amazing
it.
work, everyone.
Congratulations. Wow. That's a big number.
3,803,000. No cents.
No, nothing.
Come on. That's got to be an accounting error. Wow. Look at our community.
Congrats. That's
Look
amazing.
look at that.
Unbelievable.
Look what you did. This is incredible.
Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so great. Again, it's as personal as it can be on our screens. It's been so much fun. The last 3 months have been incredible. It's been great being with Darren and everybody. Darren?
Wow. I'm for the second time today, I'm speechless. First time it took a wig. Second time it took the commitment of our community. You folks are absolutely incredible. The difference that this is going to make. The Morgans that we're going to see next year. And Morgan, thank you. If you're still in the room, I can't see you because there's small screen,
200,000.
old eyes, but
200,000 people.
yeah, 200,000 people. Morgan, this is about you. This is how you opened up the community. People like you that are so successful and so valuable in our community. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being able to share with us today. $3.8 million, folks. You are incredible.
Great job, everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Hopefully, it was great to see you today. Hopefully we see you in person soon.
And don't forget, turn right when you go to the parking lot.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Congratulations.
And Pat, don't steal the silverware again from the ambassador, please.
Angie's on here.
That's just, wow, 3.8 million.
Amazing. Great to see everybody. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Pat.
Congratulations.
What a day.
Oh,
Everyone.
we'll stick